Now, going forward into the future for the new Dallas Mavericks owner, Mr. Dumont, he's going to have to pay for the previous sins of Mark Cuban, because the Mavericks has sacrificed a lot of assets for basically what has pretty much resulted in a bunch of do-over situations. The Kristaps Porzingis acquisition failed. They still owe the Knicks a first-round pick for this current season or in 2025 if it doesn't somehow convey. They sent out a 2027 first-round pick for PJ Washington, 2029 first-round pick for Kyrie, and they currently hold a 2026 pick in which they cannot trade due to the fact that you can't trade a certain amount of consecutive years. And they also sent out a 2028 first-round pick for Daniel Gafford. So the Mavericks are almost asset-strapped. So you can even take a step back and look at this trade deadline. They basically gave up 2 first-round picks for guys that are not even their third best players, you could say, on the team. I mean, Gafford off rip is going to be their best rebounder, but PJ Washington, you don't even really know what he is. He's sort of this power forward combo wing who doesn't really shoot consistent enough, but at the same time, he can't defend in the post. So it's 50-50 with him. So the Mavericks are asset strapped, and we all know how Luka is. He gets frustrated very easily. This is going to make for an interesting conundrum for this new owner to keep Luka happy, which the Mavericks having Luka on their team is what keeps up that $1 billion evaluation that he purchased the team for. But for now, Luka seems happy, as right here he's going to express how he loves to have input on the roster construction.
How important has it been for you to be vocal about what you want to see with this team in terms of the acquisitions with PJ and now Daniel? How important was it for you to be vocal about that?
I mean, you can see how important it is. You see the impact they have, so I think it's really important.
So as you can see, it's really important for Luka to have input. But this season, we're kind of seeing the repercussions of superstars giving a little bit too much input, as it's playing out in Milwaukee with Giannis having input on that coach and putting pressure on them getting Damian Lillard, who right now the transition to him joining the Bucks hasn't been quite as seamless as they thought. The Bucks have become a lot weaker, especially out on the perimeter, and their transition defense is one of the worst in the league. And things have pretty much gone so far left, and it's led the Bucks to actually hunker down and make a firm decision in hiring an experienced head coach in Doc Rivers, which they should have initially had done. Not a first-time coach to lead a group of guys that have high expectations for a team that's highly expensive and is definitely going to enter into the luxury tax. But as far as the Mavericks, it's not a good look. You could tell from players' inner circles, the word is out on the culture that exists down there. And things are not a good look when you see Kuzma rather stay in NBA purgatory, aka the Washington Wizards, and just fall to an abyss of just irrelevance, than to come to Dallas and perhaps play against a MVP caliber player like Luka and Kyrie. So we'll see how this plays out. This is definitely going to be an interesting time for the Dallas Mavericks the next few years, with no first round picks just in 2026 and in 2030. And with a few aging stars like Kyrie Irving on the roster, and a new NBA owner that's definitely going to have to be on his P's and Q's when it comes to pleasing Luka. Because if he wants to keep the evaluation of the Dallas Mavericks close to what he purchased the team for, he's going to need Luka to be there. But until next time, you fellas stay safe. Peace.